Studio check 1 2 1 2.
Is BINO Nation in the building? Put those emojis in the chat.
That's my gang.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. They put expectations on me, then I broke the chain. Every limitation placed on me, I turned the game. Got a compass in my chest, never lose my lane. Spirit of the horse, running through my veins. Grinded in my body, heart and strong. Been walking my own path, knew it all along. They tried to pull me off it, I just kept it moving. Through the pitch black, I stay smooth and grooving. Angry man, don't break. Angry man, don't fall. Built from the struggle, got a heart of gold. Workhorse mentality deep in my soul. They tried to dim my light, but your boy too cold. Free from the chains, free from the noise. Standing in my power, steady in my poise. Run my own race, trust my own voice. Run like the wind blow, that's the choice. Got that inner magic, we call it intuition. Right place, right time, God-given mission. Strong sense of direction, never need guidance. Standing in my power, that's my only science. They tried to merge with my energy, drain my spirit, but I always come back to myself, you better hear it. Freedom in my bloodline, my soul never lies. Angry man, stay moving, keep his eyes on the prize. I know my way home, no matter how far they push me. I know my way home, can't nobody rush me. Angry man risen, soul remains pure. I know my way home. Angry man don't break, angry man don't fall. Built from the struggle, got a heart of gold. Workhorse mentality deep in my soul. They tried to dim my light, but your boy too cold. Free from the chains, free from the noise. Standing in my power, steady in my poise. Run my own race, trust my own voice. Run like the wind blow, that's the choice. Workhorse, always know the way back. Yeah. It's the spirit.
If we agree with you, then we're black. We love black people. If we find ourselves in opposition to what you say, all of a sudden we hate ourselves and we hate black people. Who died and left you that kind of authority with your opinion? Ooh, tell me.
You said the mask don't fit me, but it's glued to my name. Every headline paints me wicked, cause I won't think the same. You see trouble when I walk in, like I set this place on fire. But I just talk like my granddaddy, and it cuts through all your choir. You want me to be the villain, so I'll be there. I'll be there. Oh, yeah. Not a shadow that you're killing, I'm the storm that's fighting back. I'm not a villain, I'm a super villain. That's a fact. You wrote the script, I'm just living, so I'll be there. I'll be there. You get nervous when I'm smiling, cause you know it's not for show. I won't bow to your approval, I'm too grown to play that role. You throw labels like they shackles, try to change what I believe, but your story got a plot hole when I'm the one that's free. You want me to be the feeling, so I'll be that. I'll be that. so I'll be that. I'll be that. Yeah. Call me heartless, call me crazy, call me every name you know. All that talk just turns to power, watch my true colors glow. You want me to be the villain, so I'll be that. Not a shadow that you're killing, I'm the storm. Fighting back. I'm not a villain, I'm a super villain. That's a fact. You drew the line, I crossed it grinning, so I'll be that. I'll be that.
You are now rocking with the best. Support the Angry Man. Support the stream.
Yeah. They know my name, they know my word, but they still throw dirt. Ha! Yeah. Been a decade in the game, 10 plus in the rain. Built a kingdom from the mud, turned up on them every string. They were lurking on my chat, screenshotting every frame. Took my slang, took my cadence, then pretended we the same. They was praying for my downfall, while they copying my blueprint. Yeah. Every topic that I touch, turn the trend, now they abuse it, use it. They be whispering in DMs, plotting on me, try to stop my rise, stop my rise, stop my rise, stop my rise. Try to ice me out the story, still I burn right through the lies. Yeah. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. Say my name, they can steal my style, never steal my hands. They can throw that dirt, still I rise again. You can hate my goods, better watch me rain. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. They can twist my words, never twist my stance. Blame me for it all, I just take that chance. Cause they know I'm best, they don't want my shine to last. No, they was flagging every upload, sending shots behind the scenes, posting pictures of my family, trying to crack me at the scene. Drop my name up in the phone, type my address on the site. Thought the fear would make me vanish, told them pussies catch a flight. Every time they build a boycott, I just build another brand. Turn a smear into a slogan, made a movement out to slander. Understand, they be calling me the villain, why they quoting every line. I'm the mirror that they scared of, so they cover up my life. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. Say my name, they can steal my style, never steal my hands. They can throw that dirt, still I rise again. You can hate my goods, but watch me rain. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. They can twist my words, never twist my stance. Blame me for it all, I just take that chance. Cause they know I'm best, they don't want my shine to last. They gon' blame me for the storm, blame me for the rain, blame me cause I said it, just remember we ain't the same. They gon' cry about my tone, but they study every take. You can hate on every move, you can cancel what I made. Nah, I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. Say my name, they can steal my style, never steal my hands. They can throw that dirt, still I rise again. You can hate my goods, but watch me rain. I'm the people's champ, I'm the angry man. They can twist my words, never twist my stance. Blame me for it all, I just take that chance. Cause they know I'm best, they don't want my shine to last. Cause they know I'm best, they don't want my shine to last. Yeah, they know I'm best, and that's why they hate the man.
No, chill for what? Who is this nigga?
Let them talk, baby. They don't know what we got. I see them running in the streets, chasing after crowns, trying to be the loudest voice in every single town. They say I'm moving backward cause I like to serve my king, but they don't know the peace and the power that you bring. I keep your plate hot, I keep the house still. I love to be the soft place where you can heal. They call it slavery, I call it devotion. While they drowning in a sea of mixed emotion. If loving you right makes me a pygmy, then baby pick me. I'm exactly where I wanna be. I don't want the headache, I don't want the fight. I just wanna be the one holding you at night. I follow your lead, I let you take control. You got the vision, baby, you got my soul. Call me a pick-me, call me a fool, but I'm the one winning while I'm lying next to you. They brag about being boss, they brag about the grind, but look inside their eyes, tell me what you find. Microwaves, dinners, and a pillow full of tears, trading a family for a couple lonely years. I respect your frame, I respect your mind. A masculine love is so hard to find. I ain't competing, I ain't keeping score. You handle the world, I handle the door to your peace. Let the new age girls argue on the net, let them argue. They haven't found a man that they can trust yet. I'm catering to you, body and soul, playing my position, playing my role. You protect, you provide, I submit, I reside in your kingdom. If loving you right makes me a pygmy, then baby pick me. I'm exactly where I wanna be. I don't want the headache, I don't want the war. I just wanna be the woman that you adore. I follow your lead, I let you take control. You got the vision, baby, you got my soul. Call me a pygmy, call me a fool, but I'm waking up happy, lying next to you. Let them stay mad, we'll stay in love. I'm your pygmy forever. Forever, 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 yeah.
Radio check 1 2 1 2.
Is BINO Nation in the building? Put those emojis in the chat.
That's my gang.
Yeah!
Son of heart racing, no delay. This life don't wait, so I'm on my way. Feet hit the pavement, sunrise grinning. Life's a roulette and I'm always spinning. Pocket full of dreams, got the world in my hands. No map, just vibes and unplanned plans. Sweat on my brow, running wild through the city. Clock ticking loud, but it ain't that gritty. Spill my soul like ink on a loose leaf. Every breath a moment, no time for grief. Full throttle, no brakes, I'm flying. Every second counts, ain't no denying. Living for the now, future can't wait. No rewind button, I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah. I'm on in my face, I'm on in my face. Heart like a drum, beating fast, no pause. Life's a movie real, I'ma start with no flaws. Cup running over, champagne fears. Every day's a blessing, yeah, that's the biz. Jumping over hurdle, life's track and field. Every scar story, every wound's healed. Skyline's my ceiling, dreams stretch wide. Riding shotgun with hope, joy by my side. Full throttle, no brakes, I'm flying. Every second counts, ain't no denying. Living for the now, future can't wait. No rewind button, I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah. I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah. Roll the dice, let it ride. Moonlit nights, ocean tide. Every heartbeat, a melody. Life's a stage, I'm the symphony. Slow it down, feel the sound. Breathing deep, feet on the ground. Then a spark, hit a call. One more run, give it all. Full throttle, no brakes, I'm flying. Every second counts, ain't no denying. Living for the now, future can't wait. No rewind button, I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah. No rewind, no regret. Sunset phase, but I ain't done yet, yeah. I'm on in my face, yeah, yeah.
We back at it again. Shout out to everybody that's in the building this morning. I decided to go live this morning because might as well. Make sure you guys are supporting the show. You can do so by hitting the Cash App or the Super Chat. Anybody that drops 20 or more, your messages will be read first during the BINO roll call, which we'll probably do that within the first hour of the show. So if you want your message read first, you already know. Do what the BINOs do, drop 20 or more. If you want your message read immediately, all you have to do is be a sponsor of the show. In order to do that, all you got to do is drop 100 or more. You will be the sponsor of the show or one of the sponsors of the show. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Salute to the whole BINO Nation. We got some stuff we got to talk about because apparently, you know, as much as I like to talk about topics, ideas, ideology, and occasionally celebrity issues, right? If I can find a celebrity issue that ties into some of the core values that I believe in, that's the topic I'm going to talk about. So if y'all ever wonder, I noticed there's certain celebrity topics Angryman don't cover. Well, there's a reason why, right? It's just like the Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson thing. Now, why did I talk about that subject? I talked about that subject because it hits on one of the core values of what I believe in, which is men of that caliber shouldn't be messing with women of that caliber. So that's the reason why I talked about that, right? Anytime I talk about a celebrity topic, I'm always going to talk about it from the aspect of a teachable moment. You feel me? But for some odd reason, I don't know what the... Apparently, I'm the birthday. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why my name keeps coming up in conversations, bro. You want to know what's crazy? What's crazy is I used to be in the middle of everything. I'm talking about I was always in the mix. You feel me? There are moments that have happened here on YouTube that everybody talks about. And I was usually somewhere in that situation, whether I was on the panel or I was involved. I'm always in the mix, right? But I got tired of being in the mix. And the reason why I got tired of being in the mix is because every time certain things don't go the right way or they go the wrong way, for some odd reason, I get the blame for it. Niggas be like, this your fault, angry man. So I got tired of being the scapegoat, the patsy, the villain of the story, right? Got tired of that shit, right? So this is the reason why I don't frequent nearly as many panels as I used to. If y'all notice, I used to be everywhere. I used to go to everybody's panels and shit, right? But I said, I'm not going to do that. And the reason why I can't do that is for the first reason that I said. I got tired of being in the mix. But the second reason is anytime I jump on a panel, there's always some clout chasing ass nigga that can't wait to see me join the panel so they can jump up there and start talking crazy to me, trying to get their little viral moment, their little clippable moment, right? So I stopped frequenting and going to people's panels. You know, there's only a couple of panels I really go to now. Places I feel comfortable, places where there ain't a whole lot of foolishness. But it's really weird. It's really weird. I'm like I got to be the most relevant, irrelevant nigga on YouTube. It's the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life. Cats will go out of their way to explain to me why I don't matter and why I'm irrelevant. Hold on one second. I knew something didn't look right. Hold on one second. I don't like that. I do not like that. Why did they do that? Thank you. That's better. I knew something was off. I knew something was off. See, now I see what's going on there. There we go, right there. Let's see. Malcolm in the middle said, hell no, AM, you ain't the issue. Goofballs need to get their facts right and keep your name out of their mouth. Bro, we know that ain't going to happen. We know that ain't going to happen. But to reiterate what I just said, I got to be the most relevant, irrelevant dude on YouTube. And the reason why I say relevant, is because I'm always part of the conversation. I'm always part of the conversation, but niggas talk to me like I'm not. Have y'all noticed this duality? Have y'all noticed this contradiction where cats go out of their way to try to make me feel like I'm irrelevant, but I'm always part of the conversation. My name is always coming up, bro. Has anybody else noticed this? Press a 1 in the chat if y'all have noticed this. Press a 1 if you've noticed that when you go to other shows and people are doing their shows, for some odd reason, my name has to come up. And if you notice, I've been minding my business. I haven't been roasting nobody. I haven't really been talking about nobody. I just been over here doing my content. I just been over here doing my content. I just been over here chilling. See, this is the reason why I rock with Drake, right? And I know what y'all gonna say. Some of y'all gonna be like, oh God, here you go. He about to talk about Drake again. Here we go with this Drake shit again. The reason why I rock with Drake is because I can understand why he feels the way he feels. I can understand why he feels the way he feels because when I first came to YouTube, there was a lot of dudes that wanted to collaborate with me. I've said this numerous times, right? Numerous times over and over again. When I first came to YouTube and I first dropped my videos, I wasn't networking. I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't be reaching out to people. I don't do shit like that, right? Plus, when I first came to YouTube, it was a little more difficult to network because cats wasn't live streaming, right? So it wasn't like you could just pull up on a panel and start chopping it up with folks, and then all of a sudden y'all linking up and, you know, y'all making videos together and shit. It wasn't that, right? I was doing my videos and I was creating a hell of a buzz, despite what any of these niggas want to tell you. Like, my name was known in these spaces when I was just at 5,000 subscribers. Like, bad cats knew me and knew that the shit I was talking about was real shit and I was dropping fire. You know, basically, back then I was saying all of the shit that you see a lot of niggas copying today. You see a lot of niggas repeating, regurgitating today, right? And pretending like I wasn't the nigga that said it, right? So you had a lot of dudes that wanted to collaborate with me. The same way when Drake first came out, he had a lot of dudes that wanted to collaborate with him. Now, the same way Drake played an intricate role in a lot of them dudes' careers going where it went, I played a role in a lot of dudes that joined YouTube around the same time as me. I played a role in their growth. They ain't never going to admit it, but it is what it is. But the same way niggas switched up on Drake and tried to make him the villain because they decided to switch up on him, cats did the same shit to me. Niggas switched up on me, tried to pretend like I was the villain. And to this day, they still keep bringing my, it's almost like, I don't know what it is, man. It's weird because the other day, Trey hit me up and he's like, yo, I'm on so-and-so panel and he just brought you up. And I was like, you know, I'm like, yeah, you know, niggas be doing that shit. I really don't pay it no mind no more, right? And then last night I was on Trey's panel and somebody brought up the fact that my name was brought up, you know, again. Like, and it's like, bro, it's crazy because it's like, bro, why? And I'm not saying names on purpose because I know how this YouTube game go. Somebody say your name or somebody say something about you, you go live, you respond, you say their name, boom, time to make content. Yo, Angryman, you know, Angryman said this and said that, and then the other person, boom, 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 right? And it's like, why? Why? I'm over here chilling. I'm over here minding my business. I'm over here relaxing. I'm over here focused on making content that ain't got nothing to do with other YouTubers. You feel me? And the question is, are y'all trying to tell me something? Are y'all trying to tell me I'm that important? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Are y'all trying to tell me that I'm that important? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it. And look, if anybody's watching right now that got anything that they want to say to me, or any unfinished business, or any whatever, like, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Then again, that might not be fair. That might not be fair because, you know, it's kind of early in the morning. You know, niggas don't be up this early. Niggas don't really be up this early. Let's see. Front Lines said some of your comments and tirades go way off the charts, inflammatory remarks. So what? What's your damn point? That be the really funny shit. That be the funniest shit in the world. The funniest shit in the world is when cats be trying to police you. They be trying to police your language. You feel me? Cats be like, yo, you be saying some wild shit. Yeah, I be up here saying what I want to say, just like everybody else say what the hell they want to say. You feel me? And the funniest thing is, you got cats like that that'll say that, and then they still tune in. They still tune in to watch me. Like, still tune in to watch me. Watch this. Let's see. Let's see.
Hi, if you record your name and
No. I'm not doing that. Let me. Set Media wants to debate you. Debate me about what? Debate me about what? Debate me about what? That's what I want to know. Debate me about what? About politics? Yeah, I wish I would waste my time. Let me ask you something. Who is Set Media? That's what I want to know. Who is that? Who is that? Who is Set Media? Said he's the Haitian dude you were on the panel with him before. I still don't know who that is, bro. I still don't know who that is. Like, real talk. I still don't know who that is. I know good and well this Negro is up by now. He got to be up by now. Hold on 1 second, y'all. That dude still asleep. Y'all just don't be getting up in the morning, do y'all? Let's see. Jariah King said, "Oh yeah, you a Republican, right, OG? They over here trying to bring back Jim Crow. Man, ain't nobody trying to bring back no Jim Crow, man. Y'all got to relax, bro. Y'all got to relax. Like, for real. Y'all got to relax, man. Y'all be talking about things that's just not realistic at all. Just not realistic. They're over limiting black votes in Alabama to no, they're not. And see, that's your limited understanding of that. That's your limited understanding of that. It ain't got nothing to do with black votes and everything to do with Democrats. First of all, back in the day when they created the Voters' Rights Act, the reason why they created the Voters' Rights Act is because you had an issue where black people were being discriminated against when it came to voting. Okay, so because of that, they created the Voters' Rights Act so that black people's vote would actually have and impact. You feel me? Because back then, white people would vote for a white candidate just because they were white. You feel what I'm saying? So black candidates didn't really have that much of a shot. Fast forward to today, you don't really need that portion of the Voters' Rights Act because people don't vote just because of color anymore. In fact, you have, like, for instance, you're talking about Tennessee, the district that everybody's complaining about, that district has been ran by a white man that's a Democrat for I don't know how long, and a black woman who happens to be a Republican has went up against him 6 times and lost. Why is that? Because of the way that district is drawn. If that district wasn't drawn the way it was drawn, because see, here's where the issue comes in. This whole voters' rights thing wouldn't even be an issue if it wasn't for the fact that y'all automatically vote Democrat. That's where the problem is. And that's the whole reason why the Democrats, the white Democrats, love the Voters' Rights Act, because they know you niggas is going to vote Democrat no matter what. So they're basically using the idea of racial discrimination from back in the day and the Voters' Rights Act in order to keep and maintain power. They're using you niggas and you don't even realize it. They're using the concept of race against you and you don't even realize it. If you sitting there talking about districts and shit, right? Predominantly or black districts where they paint the damn line in a weird ass way so that black people have more power with their vote. Go look up the crime statistics for those districts. Go look up the condition of the black community in those districts. See, what I want y'all to do is I want y'all to stop being damn puppets and stop listening to every damn thing the Democrats spoon feed you and actually use your damn thinking skills. Actually use your comprehension skills. Because if you really understand what they've been doing ever since the Voters' Rights Act, you'll understand why that shit is problematic. See, LBJ wasn't going to give you nothing that he wasn't going to be able to benefit from. So right now, like, for instance, I'll give you a prime example. When you look at the districts and the way they're drawn and shit, right? The Democrats can put a candidate up there that's a Democrat candidate, whether they black or white. And that Democrat candidate don't give 2 fucks about the black community. However, because they pander so hard to the black community and they know y'all gonna vote blue no matter who, they have to keep that district drawn that way because that's how they tilt the scales in their favor. And this is how you end up with Democrat elected officials that's been in office forever and ain't did shit for you. That's how you end up with that. If you look at any Democrat city, they run it like a shithole. They run it like a shithole. And matter of fact, you just saw this recently. You look at that election, you look at that governor's election, that governor's race in Virginia, right? That black woman was obviously the better choice. And see, this is what y'all don't realize. What they've done is they have programmed black people to think that the best candidate for y'all is always going to be a Democrat. And the worst candidate for y'all is always going to be a Republican. Why? Because they've created this idea that Democrat equal black and Republican equal white. Black equal our people, Republican equal white equal racist, right? So that's the correlation. That's the psyop they run on you. Democrat, synonymous with black, synonymous with They're for us because they're our people. Republican, synonymous with white, synonymous with they're not for us because they're racist. That's how they run. That's how they run that game on y'all every single time. But what happens when we live in a day and age where not every Democrat is for black people and not every Republican is a white racist? What happens then? What happens when you have a black Republican candidate that might actually do something for you? Y'all don't vote for him. Y'all don't vote for him. And even if you wanted to, even if some of you wanted to vote for him, it doesn't matter because of the way they draw them goofy districts under the guise of racial equality, right? Do you really think the damn Democrats, the same party that created the KKK, is going to create a bill that gives you political power if they're not able to manipulate it? See, the reality is this. This is the reality. And I hate to say this, but I got to say it, right? There's certain states where a Democrat would never be able to win. But what those Democrats have done, and make no mistake about it, the leadership in the Democrat Party is white. Is white. Covert racist white. Right? So what they've done is they'll look at a district and they know they can't win that district, right? So because of the Voters' Rights Act, under the guise of we have to paint this district a certain way because if we don't, these black voters' vote ain't gonna matter. But they already know in the back of their head, they've already trained you to vote Democrat. They've already trained you to vote blue no matter who. So they can put whatever Democrat up there they want to put up there, whether that Democrat is for you or against you, because they know you're going to believe that they're for you. And the reason why they know this shit is because they know Democrats are low information voters. Y'all are low information voters. I don't give a shit what nobody say. When it comes to Republicans, Republicans are not low information voters. A Republican will look at a candidate that's a Republican and they will analyze all of their shit. And if that Republican does not live up to the Republican values, the conservative values or whatever, Republicans ain't voting for them. But when it comes to y'all, half the time, y'all don't even know the values of the Democratic candidate that y'all are trying to elect. Y'all don't know their policies. Y'all don't know their position. That's the main reason why when Kamala Harris ran for office, she didn't have a position. She didn't have a clear-cut position. And the reason why is because as a Democrat, she's never had to have one. They don't have to have a position. They don't have to have any real policies. They don't have to. This is why she was desperate. My bad, y'all, hair getting in my mouth. This is why she was desperate to win the black male vote. Talking about, oh, we'll legalize marijuana and shit. That just show you how out of touch the Democrats are with the black community. They think the only way to win you over is to give you some crumbs off of the damn table. And y'all still falling for the shit. Y'all still falling for the shit. Cliff just said, let's speak about how the Republicans have improved the lives of black folks. Let's leave the Democrats alone. Well, here's the reality. Every single thing that you've gotten passed that actually was beneficial to black folks was some Republican shit. And look, if you think I'm lying, all you got to do is go do your history. That's all you got to do. All you got to do is go do your research. If you think I'm lying, that's all you got to do. Go do your research. Every single policy, every single bill that Republicans introduced was vehemently opposed by the Democrats. Every last bit of it. Going all the way back to the damn Emancipation Proclamation. Like, y'all don't even know y'all's history. Y'all don't even know your history. You don't even know your damn history. You just believe, like, for instance, I watched Godfather of Harlem. And in the third season of Godfather of Harlem, Reverend Adam Clayton Powell, who was a figure in Harlem and a congressman, he goes down to Washington, D.C. to get the Voters' Rights Act or the Civil Rights Act passed. And he's down there with Lyndon B. Johnson. And they're making Lyndon B. Johnson on that show look like he's some sort of social justice warrior that gives a fuck about black people. See, this is how they trick y'all. This is how they trick y'all. They make the liberal media makes these damn TV shows and they rewrite history. So you don't know who the real damn enemy is. And then y'all be believing that goofy ass shit. Like, they literally painted Lyndon B. Johnson like he was some sort of damn hero for black folk, when in actuality, he's the reason you see the destruction of the black family and the black community. That shit started with him. If you actually do real research and go learn what actually happened back in the day. If I was able to build a time machine and I was to go back in time and I was to scoop up some of y'all's relatives from the 40s, right? And I brought them here today and you had a conversation with them and they asked you, so who do you vote for? And they said, oh, you know, I vote Democrat. Your forebearers, your family members from the 1940s would reach back to the ground and slap the piss out of you for voting Democrat. You want me to say that again? I'm going to say it again. If I was to go back in the past to the 40s and the 30s and the 20s and bring your black relatives from back then to today, and you told them you vote Democrat, they would slap a Mariah Carey high note out of your ass. Because it was Democrats that was wearing them white sheets. It was Democrats that was burning crosses in yards. In fact, when you look at the South after Reconstruction, the majority of the people in the South, in Texas, Louisiana, all of these places that were getting elected into public office were black people, and they were getting elected as Republicans. That's the entire reason they even created the Klan. The Democrats created the Klan, and the Klan started going around taking the lives of black Republican elected officials because they said black folks was getting too much damn power. Go do your fucking research. Don't come in here talking to me about no damn Democrats. And don't come in here talking to me about no damn the party switch. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. They tricked you goofy ass niggas into thinking that the party switched so you would vote for your former slave masters. And you don't know how crazy you look. You don't have a damn clue how crazy you look. And then you come in here talking about the Voters' Rights Act. Man, fuck the Voters' Rights Act. This ain't 1950. This ain't 1950. If you have a state that has one of those black districts that's painted all crazy and shit, in that state, you got black people that's voting for Republicans or voting for the best candidate ever. The reason why those cities in those states are so horrible is because it's you ass ignorant niggas that's voting for them damn Democrats, and they know it. That's why they fighting so hard to keep that shit in place. Because as long as what they do is they go and they look at that city, and you know how they draw that line? They figure out which parts of that city has the most ignorant, uneducated, ghetto-ass black people. And that's how they draw that damn district, because they know your stupid ass is going to vote for them. Ain't nobody else going to tell you this shit, but I will. And how they keep you in favor of that shit is they tell you, oh, the Republicans want to get rid of those districts because they want to be racist. They want to diminish your vote. No, the Republicans want to get rid of those districts so that the right people will actually get elected. In other words, people that were voted for by people that actually know why they're voting for the person. Instead of you ghetto ass niggas that vote Democrat because your mama told you to. Or her grandmama told you to. You can't name a single Democrat that y'all have kept in office forever that did anything for you. Go look up what Maxine Waters has done for her damn district. She don't even live in her damn district. Ghost Machine said they're both criminals, Angry Man. And see, here we go with the dumb shit again. Here we go with the dumb shit again. Here we go with the dumb shit again. So they're both criminals. Okay, so let me ask you this shit. Let me ask you this then, Ghost in the Machine. Which party promotes deleting babies? And which one doesn't? Which party is the God-fearing party and which one isn't? Which party is the party that don't even want to define what a woman is and the party that makes it clear what a woman is? Don't come in here talking that stupid ass shit to me. There's a clear line drawn in the damn sand. And most of y'all got your head so far up your ass, you can't even see daylight. Talking about, oh, they both crooks. Who ain't? Who ain't a damn crook? You probably broke the law this morning or yesterday. It ain't about who's a crook and who ain't a crook. It's about who's the better fucking choice. That's another reason y'all niggas is stupid as hell, because y'all really believe that there's a such thing as good and evil on a regular level. There's no such thing as something or someone that is completely good. And there's no such thing as something or someone that's completely evil. That's not the way the world really works. You've been watching too many Saturday morning cartoons. Yo, they both crooks, nigga. Well, guess what? Better the devil you know than the one you don't. This is all I know. All I know is red states are run better than blue states. That's all I know. That's all I know. Red cities are run better than blue cities. I can use Raleigh, North Carolina as an example. This city used to be beautiful. They maintained the streets. They maintained the damn the infrastructure, the landscape, and all of that. This was a city where you didn't see trash on the roads and the streets, and everything was kept up well. There was only one part of the city that was bad, and that was down there near downtown. That was the only part of the city that was bad. And the reason why is because we used to have Republican mayors. The moment we started getting Democratic mayors, the city has been declining ever since, and you see white flight. You see white folks moving the fuck out of the center of the city. You see them going out to Wake Forest, Heritage, Briar Creek. They're spreading out, getting the hell out of the city. Now you go in the center of the city where I used to live, where it was a mixture of white and black people, well-to-do, intelligent, low crime, and now it's a bunch of ghetto-ass bullshit because of Democrat policy. That's why. I witnessed it with my own two damn eyes because I kept looking around like, why the hell does the city seem like it's declining and shit? What in the fuck is going on? And then one day I happened to go and look up the all of the mayors that have been elected over the past 20 damn years. They got you goofy ass niggas fighting for. This is what they do. This is what the Democrats do. They've got you in the mind state that it's 1950. Because you know what? This is what they did. This is what the Democrats did. The Democrats was the ones that was throwing you in jail. The Democrats was the ones that was busting you upside the head with a billy club. The Democrats were the ones that were writing these goofy ass policies that enabled Jim Crow. The Democrats were the ones that was doing all of that bullshit. But regardless of what they did, black folks fought like hell. They kept fighting. They kept fighting. They kept fighting. So you know what the Democrats realized? If you can't beat them, join them, but with extra steps. So what they did is they said, you know what? As passionate as these black folks are, as hard as they fight, we can use this to our advantage. So what they're doing right now is they keep you in that civil rights era mind state. And they pretend that all the Republicans are the most racist individuals that ever existed. Because they know if they paint that narrative and keep you in that civil rights fight, protest mind state, you'll fight their battle for them. You'll fight their battle for them. You'll fight their battle for them. Now, some of y'all be like, okay, Angry Man, well, wait a minute. What are the Democrats doing to us? They're not doing nothing to us. Oh, really? Oh, really? Let me show you what the trap is. This is what the trap is. In a Democrat-run city, they get rid of cash bail. They don't prosecute you the way they used to. And you think that's a good thing. See, that's not a good thing. A good thing would be giving you better schooling so that you don't become criminals, right? Giving you better opportunities so you can take care of yourself and your family, right? But they don't do that. What they do is they're more lenient on your criminal activity. They're more lenient on your bullshit. Now, why are they doing this? Because they want you to get comfortable doing all of that shit. They want you to get comfortable doing all of that shit. They want you to get comfortable doing smash and grabs. They want you to get comfortable engaging in violent acts of criminality. They want you to get comfortable selling drugs. They want you to get comfortable doing all of that shit. Why? The same way they did back in the day. They let you get comfortable doing all that shit, and then bam, 94 crime bill on your ass. And then they sweep in, lock all you niggas up, and then gentrify the damn neighborhood. They done did the shit before. They keep doing the same shit. They keep running the same play on y'all goofy asses, and you don't even realize it. See, what you got to realize about the Republicans don't hate you. The Republicans are indifferent to you. They're indifferent to you. The Republicans look at it like this. Yo, you either gonna do for yourself or you not gonna do for yourself. If you're not going to do for yourself, fuck it. It is what it is. I ain't worried about you. If you are willing to do for yourself, cool, I can respect that. That's the Republican state of mind. That's the Republican state of mind. Say you speaking about one part of NC, Charlotte way different. Charlotte is a shithole too. That shit is a shithole too. Charlotte is on its way to being the next Atlanta. Hell are you talking about? Elder Green Cobra said the Republicans don't hate you, they're indifferent to you. Y'all write that down. It's gonna be on the summarized test. Absolutely. 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 Republicans don't give a damn. They don't give a damn about what y'all doing. They don't care about what you're. The only time Republicans will give a damn about what you're doing is when it affects them. And I know because I'm a Republican. I don't give a damn what y'all niggas in the hood do. Long as that shit don't spill into where I'm at. Now, some gonna say, well, Angry Man, why would you say that about your own people? Because I know my own people. And I know you can't tell them nothing. You can go down there to the hood right now and tell them, hey, y'all, you know it's a better way to live and shit. Oh, you think you better than us? You think you better than us, Mr. Goody Two Shoes? You think you better than us with your bougie bullshit? Like, I know y'all. I know y'all. And the rest of us black folk that no longer live in the hood, we know y'all. We know how y'all operate. Can't nobody tell y'all nothing. We done tried. I try every day. And you know what happened? Niggas jump up on the thing and they got, matter of fact, hold on, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you a prime example. I'm going to show you a prime example of what I mean. I'm going to show you a prime example of what I mean. Let's see. Let me find this clip. Here we go right here. Check this out. This is the type of shit I be dealing with, y'all. This is the type of shit I be dealing with. Watch this.
But let me say something to you. You prejudge some of us.
I'm not prejudging. I don't know y'all.
Hold on,
I don't know y'all.
You stereotype some of us.
I'm not stereotype. I'm saying me.
But let me speak, man. Let me speak.
I don't want to. So this is why I don't do podcasts with black men. Because you want to tit for tat me rather than moving to the next question.
I ain't tit for tat you. I'm trying to get some game.
No. You attacked me by saying I prejudge. And I'm saying, homie, I don't know y'all to prejudge.
But what you said was a very prejudgmental statement about black men.
Well, because most black men are not in the home.
Exactly.
I'm
you
going off
perceived us to be the black men.
No.
Yeah, the fuck you did.
I asked questions. I didn't perceive. I asked questions. I said, who been? Have you? I never perceived anything. I specifically asked questions because I know how to communicate in this form.
Okay, so if that is the case, you didn't give us a chance to clarify that we're not those type of men you talk about.
I never said you were. That's why I asked specifically. He said he wasn't. You said you did. Have you been to prison? Yeah. He said no. I did give you a chance.
I'm speaking of before when you talking about people kids.
I never said y'all kids.
Our children
I said black men. I didn't say y'all. 73% of households. 73% of households. I didn't attack y'all. You took it as that. 73, I'm talking statistics, y'all saying numbers. 73% of households are headed by a single mother. 80% of kids, father names is not on an emergency contact in school. I can keep going on, homie. It's not y'all. I said us as a whole.
So, again, us as a whole, because it's about changing the narrative. We don't want to keep perpetuating.
It's not about changing a narrative.
How it ain't?
It's about
you don't want it to be changed?
No. The narrative. It's about changing the man in the mirror. I didn't look at a narrative. I went in the mirror. I walked back from the mirror, fixing what I needed to fix. I became the change I wanted to see. I looked around in the house. I didn't say nothing to the kids. I started fixing what needed to be fixed. I started cleaning up. I started focusing on me. And as I got me better, my house got better.
And what I'm telling you, at the point of life that all of us are
not a narrative. It's about self-improvement.
We're at that page. We're at that page. We're on self-improvement.
I'm not saying.
See, you can't tell these dumbass niggas nothing. You can't tell them nothing. They take everything personally. They operate and think just like they mamas. You can't tell them shit. I go through this shit on YouTube all the time. Every time you look up, there's somebody, oh, Angry Man, look at how you talk about the black community. Man, shut up. You heard what he said. He said, don't you want to change the narrative? The narrative? Fuck the narrative. What about the reality, nigga? Y'all talking about a narrative. And the reason why you talking about a narrative is because you want the shit to look good without actually fixing it. You want every nigga on the internet to adhere to a code where none of us say anything about any of the foul shit that goes on in the black community, so you black ass niggas can get up here and pretend like shit is all good. That don't fix nothing. That make it worse. You niggas care about the facade. You don't care about actually fixing the shit. Because every time I open my mouth and say something about what's going on and how that shit need to come to a stop, it's some nigga talking about some, why you gotta talk about black people like that? Because the shit is true, nigga. You want to know the reason why the men no longer fall? You want to know the reason why men in general, whether they white, black, green, or in between, you want to know the reason why the men of today don't fall for the okie doke the way they used to when it come to relationships, when it come to dating and mating? Because at some point, they had to be red-pilled. They had to wake up to the reality of what's going on and then make a change based on that reality. The reality about the black community is the black community has not been red-pilled yet. The black community is still blue pill. They still want to pretend that the small percentage of us that are achieving is representative of the whole of us, and it's not. It's not. You can look at our music. You can look at our media. You can look at everything we do. The shit is declining. Y'all ain't producing no James Baldwins no more. Y'all ain't producing no W.E.B. Du Bois. Y'all ain't producing no Brother Malcolms. Y'all ain't producing no Ernie Barnes. Y'all ain't producing no B.B. Kings. You niggas is producing Lil Boosies, Sexy Reds, Meg the Stallions. That's what y'all producing. And what makes it worse is you don't see nothing wrong with it. All of your black female rappers, their whole shit is stripper culture, 304 culture. All of your male rappers, their whole shit is drug culture, hustle culture, street culture. You ain't got no damn TV shows about families. And if you do got a TV show about a family, the damn father's a fucking drug dealer or some kind of gangster. You ain't got no more Philip Banks, Carl Winslow's, Rock, James Evans. You ain't got that no more. And we slowly watching the entire race. We slowly watching the culture slide down the drain. And you dumbass niggas want to keep coming at me talking about why am I talking about it? Because somebody got to say something about it. Somebody got to ring the damn alarm. Somebody got to wake you niggas up. That nigga said to Charleston White, it's about changing the narrative. The narrative. What is a narrative? What is the definition of a narrative? Is a narrative always true? Narrative. A narrative is a structured account of connected events, experiences, or a story. It could be fictional or non-fictional. Narratives organize facts and imaginative ideas to give them meaning, purpose, and flow. This nigga said he want to change the narrative. We don't want to change the narrative. We want to change the reality. I told you, bro. I told you. Here's the problem. It's this keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up appearances bullshit. It's the family. If the black community was a household, right? It's a household where the father is on drugs. The mama is a narcissist and got all kinds of damn issues and shit. The son is ripping and running the streets and getting into all kinds of trouble. The daughter is out here being promiscuous and living a freaky lifestyle. But instead of somebody saying, yo, we need to fix all of that, that family would rather hide it in the house. And whenever they go outside, pretend that nothing's wrong. Pretend that they're on the surface, they're a stand-up family. This is what the black community has become. The black community wants the world to believe that the black community is the Huxtables. But in actuality, it's the St. Patrick's. The black community want the appearance of us to be Cliff Huxtable, but it's really James St. Patrick. They want the appearance to be Claire Huxtable, but it's really Tasha St. Patrick. They want the world to believe that our son is Theo Huxtable, but it's really Tariq St. Patrick. This is the goofy shit, and I'm watching you niggas do this shit in real time. Because at what point, when were we ever a culture where we couldn't call each other out on our bullshit? Well, angry man, I get what you saying, but why we got to correct each other in front of white folk? Oh, you give a fuck about what white folk think now. Which one is it? Because if I say to you, yo, y'all shouldn't be out here acting a fool, cutting up or whatever, because look at how that makes us look. Oh, I don't care what them white people think. Well, if you don't care, if you can go out here and show your ass and you don't care what white people think about that, why the hell I'm supposed to care about what white people think about me calling out your ass? Y'all hypocrites. Y'all hypocrites. If you don't care, if I say to you, yo, you're not speaking proper English, well, who I'm trying to impress? I'm trying to impress white folk. Y'all act like y'all don't give a shit about what white folk think. But then you turn around and tell black folk we shouldn't be correcting y'all in front of white folk. Why do you care? You said you don't care what they think. So if you don't care what they think, why the hell am I going to bite my tongue? See, you can't run that psyop on me. See, one thing that black folks is good at, they good at hustling people. You don't want me to talk about what black people do in the black community for the same reason that an alcoholic don't want me talking shit to him about being an alcoholic. It's so he can comfortably be an alcoholic. You don't want me talking about you being a drug dealer so you can comfortably be a drug dealer. Because you have convinced yourself that what you're doing is the right thing to do. And the last thing you need is somebody walking up to you telling you what you're doing ain't right. Because if I don't tell you nothing, you can live comfortably in that delusion. Y'all don't hear me. And that's what it is with black folk. They don't like guys like me talking about what they do because they want to live comfortably in that delusion. I told you, the black community, when it comes to its debauchery, y'all have become a bunch of pigs wallowing in filth. And you don't want me saying it's filth because you have convinced yourself that it's not filth. And the last thing you need is for me to keep pointing out that it's filth. Hey, bro, that's not luxury you in. That's filth you're rolling around in. Come on, angry man. Why you got to come over here ruining our fun? Why you got to come over here telling us that we ain't shit? Why you got to come over here telling us that? Because you need to hear it. Every time I get on a panel, somebody coming to me talking about some angry man, I heard you said XYZ about black people. And what about it? I find it interesting that y'all have so much smoke for me when it comes to my critique of black people, but you don't have no smoke for black folks that's selling drugs. You don't have no smoke for black folks that's gangbanging. You don't have no smoke for black folks that's having kids out of wedlock. You don't have no smoke for black folks that's out here shooting each other. Guess what? If you can't say nothing to all of them doing what they doing, shut the fuck up telling me about what I'm talking about. Don't tell me nothing. Don't tell me nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm going to say what I want to say. I don't want to hear nothing. Exactly. Dysfunction is normalized. They've normalized dysfunction and they don't want us calling it out. You know how good they've done at normalizing dysfunction. Watch this. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how this psyop works. I'm gonna show you how conditioning works, right? Today in 2026, in the black community, is there anything wrong with having kids out of wedlock? So everybody in the chat saying, yes, there's something wrong with it. Okay, cool. If there's something wrong with it, then why are we doing it? If there's something wrong with it, then why are we doing it? Ain't nothing wrong with it, according to the culture. Ain't nothing wrong with it according to the culture. Because if they thought something was wrong with it, they wouldn't be having $10,000 baby showers. See, there used to be a time where if a girl, if a woman got pregnant out of wedlock, they hid that shit. It was shameful. It was shameful. It ain't shameful today. They don't view nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. In fact, they celebrate it. There used to be a time where if you was a black man and you belonged to a gang or you was a criminal, you were viewed as scum in the black community. You want to know why? Because back in the day, white folks was already trying to say we wasn't good for nothing except being criminals. So black families fought like hell to make sure that their kids didn't grow up to be criminals. They fought like hell because they didn't want to live up to that damn stereotype. Nowadays, not only is it cool to be a criminal as a black person, it's celebrated. Shit, that's all niggas want to be. Thugs, street niggas, dope dealers, and criminals. But I'm wrong for pointing that out. I'm wrong for pointing that out. I'm wrong for expressing that, right? Right? That's on me. I'm wrong, right? I'm not supposed to say it, right? Exactly, Shadow Kane. Jail is a rite of passage in our community. See, here's the thing. Back in the day, they used to call black people criminals. They used to say black people were good for nothing. They used to say black people were animalistic. They used to say all of this negative shit about black people. Why? To justify doing messed up shit to us. That's why they did it during the Jim Crow era. That's why they pretended like black men was always trying to attack women, or black men were more prone to violence than anybody else, or black men were more prone to being thieves and criminals and shit. The reason why they said that shit, the reason why they pushed that narrative is because they wanted to justify all of the shit they used to do. Lock black people up, hang them, brutalize them, all of that shit. That's to justify it. And black people went out of their way to show the world that's not what we about. So much so that you got to start, you had to start asking questions. Why are y'all doing this to these people? They're not the criminals you say they are. They're not as violent as you claim they are. This is the whole reason for the civil rights movement. But see, this is what they did. They figured out, guess what? We ain't got to lie about what these niggas doing. All we got to do is condition them to think it's cool to do it. So now, all of the lies they used to tell about you, they've convinced you that it's cool to be that way, and now you're living up to the damn stereotype. So when they go to lock you up, there ain't shit you can say about it. Just like that boy that participated in taking Fulio's life. They sat right there on the damn stand and asked, what do you recommend? Do you recommend the death penalty? He said, nah, he's young and got a strong back. We got an aging prison community. We give him life, we can get work out of him. He literally sat there and said the shit. And guess what? Can't now one of you say nothing. You can't say, oh my God, that's messed up. They locking up these young boys so that they can get slave labor. You can't say nothing because they wasn't wrongfully convicted. You can't say nothing. Because you have allowed the culture to become this culture of thugs, criminals, and killers. And so now when they go out here and do this shit, they can justify putting you in prison for the rest of your life and using you like slave labor. And you're too slow to see the okie doke. Now they can justify all of the stuff they do to you. Because instead of those stereotypes that Jim Crow white men used to say out of their mouth, instead of it being a stereotype, it's a reality now because you live up to it. You live up to it. They don't have to say, y'all, these black folks, all they want to do is have babies out of wedlock. They don't have to tell that lie anymore because that's true. They don't have to lie and say these fathers don't want to take care of their children because that's true. They don't have to say these black men, all they want to do is be criminals and engage in violent activity. It ain't a lie no more. It's true. It's true. And the saddest part about it is you got black people running around here saying this is racism. Because back in the day, it was racism. Back in the day when them white folks used to say that we did all of that shit, it was racism. Because they was lying to justify brutalizing us. But today, even if it is racism, you can't say it's racism because when they lock you up for taking somebody's life, that's what they were supposed to do. When they lock you up for selling drugs, that's what they supposed to do. When they judge you harshly because of the way you live your life, you can't say nothing. Because you ain't the civil rights era, black folk. You ain't those proud black folk that got up every day, went to work, and did everything in their power to be righteous black people. You ain't that no more. So now you can't, you don't have the moral high ground anymore. You just think you do. Black folk back in the day had the moral high ground. The reason why we can snap out about Emmett Till is because he didn't do nothing to nobody. And even to this day, there ain't no folks that are non-black that can sit here and say that that was justified. But guess what? There's non-black folks that can say that they don't got no problem with what happened to George Floyd. You know why? You know why? Because all they're going to do is they're going to go look at his criminal record. They're going to go look and see if he was on drugs and all of that shit. And true to form, they'll be like, well, he was on drugs. Even though you and I know that don't justify that cop putting his knee on his neck. But what I'm saying to you is because you bought into the damn bullshit, hook, line, and sinker. And you out here engaging in all of these activities, now they can justify the shit they do with a straight face. Before, they was justifying it when it was lies. If they can justify it when it's lies, you think they can't justify it when it's the truth? I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't have to I shouldn't have to spell it out for y'all like this. Anybody with common sense can see what this is. But instead of you getting mad at those of us that's engaging in that activity that is justifying certain treatment towards us, you rather get mad at me for pointing out the fact that we shouldn't be acting like that in the first place. You got black folk from back in the day, our forebearers, our family members from the 40s and the 50s. They could look now at what we have, the opportunities that we have, and look at how we behave, and they rolling over in their grave. They rolling over in their grave. You have any idea what black folks from the 20s would have given to have the opportunities we have today? You have any idea? You have any earthly idea what them black folk back in the day would do to have the opportunities we have today? I tell you one thing I know for a fact. You can call them black folk back then meek. You can call them non-aggressive. You can call them whatever you want to call them. But those black folk would be here today. They wouldn't be doing none of that shit. Those black folk from back in the day, you know what they would be doing today? They would be getting an education. They would be building shit. They would be working. They would be starting businesses. You know what they wouldn't be doing? Gang banging. You know what they wouldn't be doing? Hustling. You know what they wouldn't be doing? Having kids out of wedlock. You know what they wouldn't be doing? Deleting their babies. They wouldn't be doing none of that shit. None of it. You Negroes today have become the product of the bullshit. And here's the most frightening thing about it. This is the most frightening thing about it, right? Civil rights worked, but so did white supremacy. Both worked. Both were victorious. The only reason you have the opportunities you have today, the only reason you're able to make the money you make today, the only reason you have some of the people you have today is because of the success of the civil rights era. But they saw that shit and set in motion training you black folk to act like niggas. And that's what you do today. And you get mad at me when I call it out. You get mad at me when I call it out. What kind of black man would I be if I watched all of y'all willingly walk into a trap and I don't open my mouth and say something? What kind of man would I be if I just watched you just march off of the damn cliff? That's just like with my kids, right? One of my sons called me a drill sergeant. They don't like the way I freaking go in on them when they do shit wrong, and they don't like the way that I talk shit to them when they tripping, and they don't like how hard I am on them. But guess what? I'd rather for them to hate me and be alive than to love me and go out here and get their head split by the police. That's some shit y'all ain't never gonna understand. Unless you a father, you ain't never gonna understand that. Because me being a friend ain't gonna serve them. Me overlooking the goofy shit they do ain't gonna serve them. In fact, it will serve them. It's gonna serve them up to a world that's gonna eat them alive. I ain't here to be their friend. I'm here to teach them what's right, whether they like it or not. Whether they like it or not. That's just like in some of those military movies, you will have a damn leader. Like matter of fact, the movie Major Payne, right? The chick, the one that played Hillary, she was on there and she was like, you do realize these boys hate you. He said, good. It'll bring them closer together. See, most people don't know what the true sacrifice of a leader is. Most people don't know what the true sacrifice of a father is. The true sacrifice of a leader and a father is you're not going to be liked. If you doing the shit right, you're not going to be liked. If you doing it right, you're not going to be liked. When it come to my kids and it come to those that are under me, I don't need your love. I need your compliance. I don't need your love. I need your compliance. I'm a man. And the one thing I learned, the one thing I know about being a man, you're loved more in your absence than you are in your presence. Just like in the movie, it's just like in the show. How many of y'all watch the show Vikings? How many of y'all watch the show Vikings? Shout out to Burnell for being a sponsor of the show. He said, top of the morning, AM. No, we sponsor and drop hundos. Yes, sir. How many of y'all remember that show? If you remember, towards the end of that show, Ragnar, King Ragnar, he left. And when he came back like a beggar. He came back like a vagabond. And nobody really respected him. Nobody really respected him.
That's that BINO energy.
Oh, it's a lot better than we usually do. All right, thumbs up. Ready, guys?
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Nobody respected him. But he knew there was one more thing he could do. Because if you remember, his sons were at odds with each other. His sons were at odds with each other. He knew that in order to unite the Vikings against the English, he knew he was going to have to go to England and sacrifice himself. He knew. He knew that the last important thing he could do with his life is be a sacrifice that would bring his people together. He knew it. In fact, let me see if I can find that clip. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to rewatch that. I think I'm going to rewatch Vikings.
It gladdens me to know that Odin prepares for a feast. Soon I shall be drinking ale from curved horns. This hero that comes into Valhalla does not lament his death. I shall not enter Odin's hall with fear. There, I shall wait for my sons to join me. And when they do, I will bask in their tales of triumph. The Asir will welcome me. My death comes without apology. And I welcome the Valkyries to summon me home.
That's real shit right there.
I did not become ill because I aspired to be one. It came about because of other people's actions. And I did not become king out of ambition, but once again, I had no choice as a result of other people's actions. But nonetheless, I am king.
I'm looking for the speech where he talked about how the little piggies will squeal when they hear how the old boar died.
Ask for absolution.
How the little piggies will grunt when they hear how the old bull suffered.
He said how the little piggies will squeal when they hear how the old boar suffered. His kids had got to the point where they didn't respect him. But in that one action of him going to England by himself and facing them dudes by himself and losing his life, bro became a legend again. Like straight up and down, became a legend like it was nothing. And that's the crazy shit. The crazy shit is men were so cold with it back in the day. They ain't just take your life. They make you renounce your God before they take your life. That's some crazy shit right there. Like, you ain't just gonna take my life. You gonna torture me to try to make me renounce the God that I serve before you take my life. That's crazy. But me personally, I feel like that's the reason why for our community, I feel like that's the reason why we don't operate the way we do. If you go back and you look at a lot of the movies and the TV shows for non-Black culture, there's always this reverence for the father, to the point where if the father loses his life, he loses his life at the hands of his enemies. And then his sons avenge him. You don't have that in our culture. You don't have that. You don't have that. You don't have that visual. You don't have that dynamic. See, movies and TV shows, whether y'all know it or not, play a major role in culture. Same way plays played a role in culture back in the day. Music. How can the people have pride if their pride is not reflected in their media, if their pride is not reflected in their stories? See, white boy could watch Vikings and be proud. If you come from that area, if you come from that Nordic area, right? If your background is from that Nordic area, you have Odin, Thor. You even have Ragnar Lothbrok. You have all of these different legendary figures, right? Who we got? We got Nino Brown, who snitched, didn't stand on business, selling poison to his own people, and then got taken out by a rickety old man. You got James St. Patrick taken out by his own damn son. You don't see it? You don't see the imagery? See, imagery doesn't care what your race is, right? I remember watching Avengers. I'm watching Avengers Infinity War. And there's a scene where the Black Maw shows up in the spaceship. And the spaceship is over New York. And Bruce Banner and Tony Stark and Doctor Strange, they come outside or whatever, right, to face it. And you got the school bus going across the bridge. And you see the hair stand up on Peter Parker's arms. And Peter Parker get his boy's attention, and his boy starts making a distraction. And Peter climbs out of the bus, puts his mask on, and starts swinging towards the danger. And I could feel a chill come up my spine. And the reason why I can feel a chill come up my spine is because for us men, there is no story greater than the hero's journey. But my question is, where the fuck is our hero's journey? Where is it? Where is it? Where's our hero's journey? Where does it show up? I've seen it in numerous shows that deal with other people. Where's our hero's journey? You see them remaking all of these movies, but I'm going to point something out to you. You notice they ain't remade Shaka Zulu. Where's the movie about the General Hannibal? Where's the movies about the Moors? Where are the movies that show us as the damn hero? And not in no bullshit way. They give us Blade, but Blade got Whistler. Whistler had to save Blade's ass. They give us Black Panther, but you got the white CIA agent. Go look at it. You think I'm lying? Go look at every one of them. Go look at every one of those movies where we are supposed to be the hero. There's always got to be somebody else helping us be the hero. Go look at the show Black Lightning. Where is our moment? Where's our moment? Where is our moment like Avengers Endgame, when everybody's getting beat up and shit, and all of a sudden that damn Rainbow Bridge comes crashing down and the freaking axe comes swinging out, taking people out, and it come back and Thor catch that shit. Where's our moment like that? I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Where is our moment like that? They did Thor Love and Thunder, where Thor literally went to a place where there were all kinds of gods, there were all kinds of deities. You had Zeus, you had Hercules, you had all of these deities. Where were the African deities? Where was Shango? Where was any of them? They do that shit on purpose. They do it on purpose. They do it on purpose. They look at when they show Batman. Batman is a hero with no superpowers. A man who has reached the pinnacle of human achievement when it comes to his intellect and it comes to his physical prowess. He can hold his own with other superheroes. That's inspirational. It's inspirational. A man who goes out to avenge the death of his parents and fight crime and does it with nothing but sheer willpower. And then you have Superman, a character who is meant to be the greatest of heroes, pure, uncorruptible, but powerful. That's inspirational. You go back and look at Man of Steel, and they show the little boy standing out there with the towel wrapped around his neck, standing like Superman. But you ain't never gonna get an Icon movie. It ain't coming. It ain't coming because that type of imagery, it inspires you to greatness. And I say this because growing up as a boy, it's weird when you have to look up to heroes and none of them look like you. None of them look like you. You said Luke Cage. Luke Cage became a criminal. Or did y'all forget that? You go over, you look at Asia. They got anime. They got characters like Goku. Inspirational as fuck. Cell about to blow up the planet. Goku looks back at his friends. They're like, what is it, Goku? This nigga goes and sacrifices himself for his son and his people, for his homies. I sit over here and I talk about black folk and y'all get upset with me. And my question is this: where the fuck are the people? Where are the creative people that are creating our stories that paint us in a noble light? Where? Every time they put out a movie about us, a TV show about us, if the dude has any type of power, he has to be a fucking criminal. He has to be a drug dealer. He has to be some bullshit like that. If not, he broken. Look at The Equalizer, broken man. Look at Man on Fire, broken man. I can't think of one. I can't think of a single one. The closest thing you get is Black Panther. But even he was conflicted. At the very beginning of the movie, you got the original Black Panther killing his own brother and leaving his nephew to survive on his own. And then you got the son, T'Challa. Who is he going up against? His cousin, Killmonger. Where is it at? Where is it at? Where is our Luke Skywalker? Where is our John Connor? Where is our Peter Parker? Where is our Bruce Wayne? Where is our Clark Kent? Where? Where? Black Lightning was some bullshit. Bruce Leroy was some bullshit. Meteor Man was some bullshit. Stop playing with me, y'all. You know what I'm saying. We'll never get a Blue Marvel movie. We'll never get a Blue Marvel movie, and we'll never get an Icon movie. You'll never get a Static Shock movie. You'll never get a decent Black Lightning movie. They ain't even gonna give you a decent Miles Morales movie. That Into the Spider-Verse shit, that shit was focused more on Spider-Gwen than it was. Like, let's be real about this shit, bro. They gave you a movie with Miles Morales in it, but they made sure to give you every other Spider-Man they could think of in that damn movie. Y'all can try all you want. You ain't gonna find it. You ain't gonna find it. You're not gonna find it. Because anytime they give you a powerful black man, they're gonna make him a villain. They're gonna make him a villain. I'm going to tell you the closest character that you've gotten to being inspirational. The closest character that you got was from American Gods, Anansi, the original Spider-Man, Kumpanansi. That's the closest you get. Was inspirational as fuck. And you know what they did? They canceled that nigga. When it came time for that next season, they took his ass right on up out of there. Black Dynamite was a joke. All of the blaxploitation movies were jokes. They were jokes. Every group gets heroes that they can take pride in. The Scottish have William Wallace. Right? The Nordic people, they have Ragnar Lothbrok. Even the Samoans have their heroes. So I'm going to tell you why we don't have no heroes, right? The reason we don't have no heroes is because our entire history was wiped out. Our entire history was wiped out. And some of y'all gonna say, well, Angryman, what about Shango, and what about all of the deities from Africa? That ain't our history. We're not the same as them. Like, people that really don't get this. We're not the same as them. They tricked y'all into believing that the Native Americans was one particular group of people. They're not the original inhabitants of this land. It's us. All of our history, our religion, our folklore, our land, everything wiped out. Wiped completely out. All of it wiped out. See, here's the funny thing. Funny thing is they'll say, oh, but Angry Man, we do come from Africa. No, you don't. Did you know Black Americans don't even have the same skull shape as Africans? Did you know that? We're not the same people. We're not the same people. We're not the same people. And we'll probably never know the truth. We've been robbed of that. We'll probably never know the truth. We'll probably never know the greatness of our people before this land was invaded and conquered. How can a group of people ever have any pride when there's nothing truly to be prideful about? How do you do that? I'll tell you something else too. And y'all probably didn't even notice this. Whenever they create shows that are fictitious shows, right? Like Harry Potter, any of the shows that's back in the day. It could be Harry Potter, it could be Doctor Who, it could be whatever, right? Have you ever noticed Lord of the Rings, all of that shit? Have you ever noticed whenever they make these movies and these shows, everybody always has a British accent? Bet you didn't even peep that. See, that's social conditioning. If all of these shows and movies that are supposed to be period pieces, that are supposed to be from back in the day, if everybody has a British accent, it makes you think that that is the first anything. They want you to believe that you come from a country that was underdeveloped, where people lived in mud huts and bullshit like that. Said they would never let Elba play 007. Why would he play 007? Why do we have to be a second-rate version of a hero that already exists? Why do we have to have a black Batman, a black Superman, a black Spider-Man, a black Green Lantern, a black... Why do we always have to have a hero that is preceded by the white counterpart? Why do we have to have that? Why? Where is our John Wick? Where is our commando? Where is our hero that no matter what, he always wins? Where is he at? Where is he at? Daniel said 50 Cent is our winning hero. Yeah, former drug dealer. Y'all see my point? Y'all see my point? Former dope dealer. Who you gonna bring up next? Jay-Z? Big Meech? You said Spawn, a nigga that went to hell. A nigga that went to hell. The Equalizer, a broken, lonely man. A broken, lonely man. You said Blade. Blade's a vampire. Blade is a vampire. What did I just get through saying? Didn't I just get through saying that the only way we can have a hero, he has to be corrupted in some kind of way? He's either a drug dealer or something associated with evil, like Spawn, Blade. You had Black Panther, which was supposed to be one of our best heroes, one of the most intelligent. But you know what they did? In the movie, they had T'Challa lean on his sister's intelligence, some shit that would have never happened. In the comic, he was the most intelligent. You had him working with a CIA agent, some shit he would have never did. He would have never allowed that CIA agent to come to Wakanda. Wouldn't have done it. And then after Chadwick Boseman died, they literally had him die in the damn movie. So you couldn't even have him. You look at the comics, T'Challa's one of the illest characters in the Marvel universe. He's one of the top intellects. In the Marvel universe, the top intellects are Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, Tony Stark, Iron Man, T'Challa, the Black Panther. One of the illest characters. They had one cartoon called Marvel Knights. Captain America showed up to the border of Wakanda and was met by the Black Panther, who told Cap, "You can't come in here, bro." And Cap was like, "Nah, I gotta come in there." Word? T'Challa thoroughly whooped his ass and sent him back on his damn way. In fact, hold on.
Excuse me, sir. Are you still here?
I'm going to show you how Black Panther was really. Hold on. Here you go right here. Check this out.
Third world countries aren't normally invited to real meetings like this. That's what the UN is for. A place for the powerless to whine about the... Your Majesty, we conduct to the big boy. Plenty of potential employers. The kind of get-together that gives conspiracy theorists Black Panther chances. The Vanderbilt Conference some years ago. An annual meeting of the world's top economic powers. The kind of get-together that gives conspiracy theorists palpitations. I was there to kill a man.
On a job?
I was hired, yes. But it was also personal. I knew this job would make my reputation internationally. Plenty of potential employers there. Third world countries aren't normally invited to real meetings like this. That's what the UN is for. A place for the powerless to whine about the white man. But they invited Wakanda to the big boys' table because everyone wanted a crack at their resources. Untouched petroleum deposits, medical cures unknown in the Western world, and vibranium, the rarest, most valuable mineral on Earth. Your Majesty, we'll pay whatever price you set for your goods.
They are not for sale until the spiritual advancement of the West catches up to their technological prowess. It would be irresponsible to share our scientific discoveries with you.
Are you calling everyone here irresponsible children?
No. More like sullen teenagers who feel more mature than their behavior warrants. The fact that every conversation here is framed in terms of profit and power says it all. You could have made half these breakthroughs yourself. But there's too much money to be made in misery. Why cure a disease when people pay for medicine? Why provide cheap energy?
Yeah, we get the point, T'Chaka. I've never met a socialist with a crown on his head before, but I guess there is a first time for everything.
Who gave you permission to use my first name?
I am sorry. I did not mean to offend.
I understand your frustration in dealing with a black man who can't be bought with a truck full of guns, a plane full of blondes, and a Swiss bank account. But please, hold on to what little class you have.
Your Majesty, I truly apologize.
This meeting is over.
That's Black Panther. That's Black Panther. You hear what he told him? He said, I understand your frustration.
Sullen teenagers who feel more...
I am sorry. I did not mean to offend.
I understand your frustration in dealing with a black man who can't be bought with a truck full of guns, a plane full of blondes, and a Swiss bank account. But please, hold on to what little class you have.
Yeah. 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 He said, I understand your frustration. When you encounter a black man, you can't buy with a plane full of guns. Yo.
permission to use my first name.
I am sorry. I did not mean to offend.
I understand your frustration in dealing with a black man who can't be bought with a truck full of guns, a plane full of blondes, and a Swiss bank account.
A truck full of guns, a plane full of blondes, and a Swiss bank account. My nigga. My nigga. That is Marvel Knights, Black Panther. You can look it up on YouTube. It's called Marvel Knights, Black Panther.
Why can't we find
the best as a source or a financial base? They have a variety of eco-friendly. That would be me, Ms. Reese.
Mr. Ross, who the hell are these people, Everett?
Wakanda is a small country in Africa, notable for never having been conquered in its entire history. When you consider the history of the region, the fact that the French, the English, the Belgians, or any number of Christian or Islamic invaders were never able to defeat them in battle, well, it's unprecedented. The Wakandans have a warrior spirit that makes the Vietnamese look like, well, the French. They've also maintained a technological superiority that defies explanation. Where'd they get their tech from? Soviets? No Cold War alliances with either side, and no contemporary alliances with the Arab world, including OPEC. Geologists estimate they have large oil deposits.
Well, that's what our boys at Halliburton said.
They don't even pump it.
That is crazy.
Apparently, they don't need it as an energy source or a financial base. They have a variety of eco-friendly alternative power sources like solar and hydrogen.
Who's in charge?
He's called the Black Panther. What does this have to do with the price of tea in China, gentlemen?
Since
when has beating the
Y'all know that's Stan Lee's voice, right?
French meant anything? You give me a 12-man black ops squad and I'll... It's been tried, General.
But here's the funny thing for everybody. Look, somebody said Wakanda is a fictional place. You're right. But guess what? What if I told you there was a civilization here on this continent? There was everything that they talk about Wakanda being. Free energy, technological advancements.
With the best. The best? As if you had a day of military training. The best.
So basically, they sent Captain America to go into Wakanda.
On his first assignment in Africa, Captain America was young and inexperienced. He knew little about Wakanda, and even less about the Black Panther. Cap was on a mission to stop a Nazi squad, intent on stealing Wakanda's vibranium deposits. What Cap didn't know is that the Wakandans were under the invasion days ago.
You can go home now. We have already taken out the garbage.
I wanted to question them.
We have the answers we need.
I guess that means I have questions for you.
Goodbye, Captain America.
We need to talk. Maybe you just lop off the head of every newcomer who hits town.
If we did that, you wouldn't have yours.
But those Nazis were here for a reason.
Yes, to steal our vibranium, the mineral that can only be found here in Wakanda. Hitler needs it for the next generation of their missile systems. As do you.
These are dangerous times. You need to choose a side.
We have our own. We take our borders very seriously, and you have crossed ours.
Now look here.
Mistake.
Cap pointed at him. He said, "Now look here." Black Panther said, "Mistake." Grabbed that nigga and threw his ass.
Okay, buddy. I've just about had it. You're just plain rude.
Move back. I've been following your fledgling career, Steve Rogers.
How did you know my name?
I think in time, you will represent to your nation what the Black Panther represents to Wakanda. And that is a good thing. But today, I must teach you a lesson.
And like I said, if y'all want to check it out, hold on, let me get the link for y'all. I would show it to y'all, but y'all know how YouTube do. He whooped Cap's ass and sent him back on his damn way. There go the link if y'all want to check it out. But yeah, that's the closest thing we have is Black Panther. Closest thing we got. Closest thing we got. But anyway, I've been on here long enough running my mouth. I might come back. I might come back live again later. In fact, hold on. Let me read let's do the BINO roll call.
BINO check. If you're in the building, show your work. Drop 20 on the Super Chat or Cash App.
Yo, shout out to my man Zacchaeus. He said barbecue for breakfast. Let's cook. Safe Memorial, bro. Appreciate you. Shout out to my man Quinn. He said keep cooking AM. Shout out to Steve. He said supporting the shoe. All facts. Shout out to Jerome. He said bring the truth. Appreciate you. Shout out to Corbin. He said Angryman about to spit facts. Support the show. Shout out to Elder Green Cobra. He said very good show this morning. AM. Set us off with some political gospel. Shout out to AR Smitty. He said if they're held accountable, they can't be victims anymore. Facts. Let's see. And let's do the super.
It's that time again. We going up.
It's time to read the Super Chats.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a couple more. Shout out to Benjamin. Appreciate you. Shout out to RD Moore. He said, yeah, they be squabbling right now. Appreciate you. Shout out to 2Triv. He said support. Shout out to Aaron. He says, so you like my song First American Empire? Yes, sir. Appreciate you, fam. Shout out to Malcolm. He said, keep up the hard work, AM. Shout out to Indigenous Enigma. He said, black people know this, although we too scared to do it. Let's see. Shout out to IMP. He said, salute to the light-skinned God, AM. Coming with that heat, support. Appreciate you. Shout out to Messi Michonne for the membership. Said happy Memorial Day, Saturday. Appreciate you. Shout out to Mr. Walker for the membership. He said, salute OG. Shout out to Chill Let Go. He said, also here in Virginia, a black woman lost to a white woman in the governor's race, and the NAACP endorsed the white woman because she was a Democrat. Exactly. And that's crazy. Shout out to Chill Let Go. Said left equal is in the right by themselves. If left is wrong, then both parties are wrong. Right can't be in the right by themselves. These clowns, bro. That's a fact. Shout out to Seeker of Truth. Said Cook, many are called, but few are chosen. Shout out to Darius. He said, what Samuel Jackson said on juice. Don't put syrup on shit and call it pancakes. Facts. Shout out to Paul. He said, keep cooking. Shout out to Darius again. He said, the silent generation and prior paved the way for us and boomers to now spit in their faces like a spoiled brat. Facts. Shout out to the Chocolate Champ. He said, oh, snap, you're right. I never thought about how deep this BS went. Yeah. Shout out to Jason. He said, AM, you are inspiring MF. Damn. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Mont. Mont said, great show. You remind me a lot of this guy named KS. Did you used to look up to him? Oh, you got jokes. Shout out to Mont. He in here with the jokes. But yo, man, salute to everybody that came through. I appreciate y'all for coming through, showing love. Like I said, I'll probably get back at y'all later on today, so be on the lookout for me. But until then, I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.
The session is closed. The board is dismissed.
I gave you the blueprint, now go build a state. Stop arguing with broke, man, stop debating with fate. We don't negotiate value, we dictate the price. You watch the show for free, I just gave you a slice. But the real ones know where the equity lives. We taking everything, we got nothing to give. The manual is waiting, you know where it's at. This ain't a gamble, it's a guaranteed bet.
Go protect Lee, go and plant the seed. Go protect Lee, that's the code we need. Go to the side, secure the command. The Angryman Channel, the standard of the land.
TheAngrymanChannel.com.
Get the shirt, get the books.
Start watching, start working. We up.
The session is closed. The board is dismissed.